Hi everybody, I'm Jack Jinseki, and joining me today is Azeret Seir.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, Aze, what kind of content do you like to make?
So, first of all, well, I have to mention that I literally started doing all of this on 20th of March this year.
Very nice.
So, it was all very sudden. So, when I woke up in the morning, I got an idea and went like, "Hey, what if I go a VTuber route?" So, I think I can mention it because this is not a secret anymore. So
Hmm.
I was a face cam streamer before,
Yes.
and unfortunately, I was feeling stuck and I couldn't find the right audience and just didn't know what type of content I wanted to make.
Mm.
So when I got that crazy idea of just trying out to be a VTuber, I think that it actually helped me
Mm.
quite a lot. Like restart the passion for streaming.
Yes.
So I kept some of my variety gaming content from the previous channel.
Hmm.
So I love survival, simulation games, building, and RPGs. Rarely some um, shooter games, but there are some too,
Nice.
like for democracy, Helldivers. um, but now I do lore streams once a week.
Hmm.
I have couple plans and ideas for future involving more role playing and storytelling. I try to structure my streams so I can basically edit them into YouTube videos as well.
Hmm.
And lastly, my current very popular content is what we call daily tiny spells.
Hmm.
Those are shorts and reels for TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram and like that.
Hmm.
And those are like motivational and inspiring shorts to for the other content creators. I'm focusing more on VTubers right now, but you can apply them to anyone basically. Yeah, so that's so far my content.
It. I gotta get into the shorts game because, as far as I
Hmm.
can tell, the two biggest things you can do to grow your channel as a VTuber seem to be shorts and the just chatting streams.
Yeah, I've noticed that too quite a lot. Like I started with so if you head to my YouTube right now and check what I have, so it's basically edited yapping streams basically.
Hmm.
uh, but I found out that these don't get as much traction yet because obviously people don't know who I am, right?
Yes.
So like why should I listen to her, or like why should I be interested in her? But for my community who actually found me through the Twitch or somewhere else, they are like, "Oh, hey, it's fun, So they watch the long form videos a little bit more. But it's true that like especially I found out in like last 2 weeks that when I started posting more shorts on YouTube especially,
Hmm.
it's blowing up.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm getting so much subscribers. It's just crazy. I never thought that it's gonna happen like that. And TikTok too. Like I'm like, what is going on?
Shorts loves VTubers. I mean, it's kind of weird because I remember when Shorts first came out, there was like a criticism that you got lots of views, but you didn't really generate much traction that way. But I think that it's a little different for VTubers. I'm not sure what it is though.
To be fair, especially with YouTube and their changing of like how the shorts works recently,
Hmm.
I can see like that the views like they're popping up a little bit more. Like I have like 2,000 views, let's say, like on a short
Mm.
on average right now, but the actual engagement is like only 500, which so so
Hmm.
it's not really like, yeah, it's just I feel like it's a little bit misleading.
Yes. And that's because the shorts are designed in such a way that it just goes through like a continuous stream. so it doesn't stop on your video. It's not like it ends and the people are like, oh well, I liked that, and they hit the like button or something like
Yeah,
that.
as long as it start playing, that's counted as views. So
Yeah.
they literally can hear just the first word of it, and that's counted as a view. Which,
Mm.
but they swipe away. Like we can see it. We can see it right in the statistics and analytics, right? So I'm like, hey, you know what? It's fun. More people can see it, and who wants to engage, they will engage. And so I'm not
Absolutely.
really, yeah.
Absolutely. So, what made you want to be a VTuber?
Hmm. So theoretically, we can say it was the crazy idea that one morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would personally say that after the first random test stream that I did,
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go full force. I realized how convenient it is to be a VTuber, especially as a girl. I don't have to worry about how do I look on camera anymore.
Mm.
So the prep time before the stream literally was cut from sometimes 1 hour and a half
Wow.
to at maximum half an hour. So
Wow.
if I feel extra and I want to like check if all programs and tag words the right way, that's like 30 minutes. But sometimes I'm like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to click, start streaming. I'm still watching videos on YouTube and just being lazy. So that's one thing that is absolutely great.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just less stressful.
Mm.
And I think the first stream when I just played like 2 hours of Marvel Rivals and was playing into the character a bit, I gained like 10 followers and
Wow.
was averaging like 4 viewers. And it
Wow.
was just simply mind blowing to me. So after I ended the stream, I started working on the details. And I think that I had a bit huge advantage to some of other VTubers because I actually, a couple of years ago, created a whole fantasy universe with its own detailed magical system, characters, and stories. And I'm not good at drawing or animating, and I definitely didn't want to write a book or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, what a better way to bring all of this to life than through VTubing?
So, do you want to expand on that? The lore you've created for your character?
Yeah, sure. So basically, um, when it comes to Aze as a character, she was actually a side character to other different character from the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Uh so that I brought to light later in the timeline. And
Mm-hmm.
I got inspiration from a musical piece from Ivan Torrent. I
Mm.
hope that I'm pronouncing it well. Yeah. So he is a fantasy music composer or something like that. And the song's name is Remember Me, and
Mm.
that song was founding stone for Az's character and involvement in the story.
Just out of curiosity, are there any
Mhm.
famous properties associated with that composer that I might have heard of?
Mm. I'm not sure. Like
No.
if you are into fantasy music, you
Mm.
probably heard some pieces if you are just like sometimes listening to all kinds of like fantasy music playlist, that kind of thing on YouTube. Definitely there has been some. I love like one that could be that's kind of popular is called Empire of Angels
Mm.
or Human Legacy.
Okay.
I think it's very niche, I would say. So
Well, that's the best kind. That's the best kind of music. Is that it's so specific that it just, if you find something that vibes with you, then you can
oh
kind of just it's kind of like being in a little club of in a way, I would say.
yeah. I personally I love fantasy. Like I'm such a fantasy nerd.
Mm.
So every time I was creating the universe, the stories, whatever, uh I always have some kind of like either if it's fantasy music like this or movie music, like from Lord of the Rings and like that. It's just so, it gives the epicness to it. So
Of course.
yeah. Um. So yeah. Um. But when we are talking about the model of Aze,
Mm-hmm.
I know that a lot of VTubers are paying insane amount of money for their models,
Yeah.
and which down the road is a plan for me as well. But for the start, I literally went for a pre-made model
Mm-hmm.
from Booth page. So, fun fact is that Az's model is actually a mix and match of two models from same artist.
Hmm.
That so the artist allows combinations, recoloring, and hiding pieces of their models. So
Hmm.
I basically paid like 20 to 30 bucks for everything when it comes to the model. So
Wow.
yeah, I was just looking for sorceress vibe because Aza is a noble sorceress. So yeah.
I wasn't even aware that you could do that. Like you could take multiple models and just mix and match different parts, and it just
it
works.
It depends. So, as I said, everything what I have is actually from the same artist,
Mm-hmm.
and she allows that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to actually like go and check with your artist if you can do that, because I know a lot of people look like, hey, like when you take somebody's else model and you just do all kinds of like fixes or different stuff,
Yeah.
people are like, hey, do you have a permission? So,
Yeah. The VTuber artist community has a lot of ripples to it, I would say.
yeah. Yeah. That's true. Like I'm still discovering a lot of things and I'm like, "Oh my god, like it's crazy." So, but this is like this I feel like this is actually like a common sense, I would say. So like even before I knew all of this, it was literally the first day that I went into the VTubing and I was like, "Okay, I need a model, I'm going to look for something." And this was the first one that I kind of stumbled upon and I liked the model and the assets and everything. And I just, I tried because it's so Booth is Japanese, right? So
Yes.
I had to translate everything, but like it literally said like, and she even had on her page in English that as as soon as you get it, it's yours. You can do that. Uh, you can do that. You can mix and match if you want. And since it's all from the same artist, the models fits the body to head, it fits, so it's great. So yeah, there is a there was a possibility of that, so I was like, yeah. I can do that, yes. Also, I absolutely love this outfit for her because it also like it literally screams the noble sorceress, and because she is also into like crystals and
Mm-hmm.
like rune magic, and I saw these like little crystals on her and I was like, oh my god, that's perfect.
I love it when things line up like that. Uh,
Oh, that was literally a fate, I feel like.
so, I know you haven't been doing this for super long, but do you have a favorite accomplishment of your channel so far? Maybe something in the development of it?
Accomplishment. Well, absolutely I have to say that anything I do is a huge accomplishment to me
Hmm.
because because of how much I struggled as a face cam streamer before. Now it feels so easy. I literally hit affiliate in 12 streams.
Wow.
I reached 100 followers on all major platforms in less than 2 months basically.
Wow.
And it took me about 4 months before to reach affiliate and about a year to reach 100 followers on Twitch. So it's just fascinating.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm really surprised too. Seems like a lot of people like what I'm doing because I wasn't really sure how VTuber fans or like other VTubers are gonna look at me because I literally what I did, I was like I joined so many Discord communities and I looked through Reddit and I was asking like, hey, how viewers look at VTubers who have this much lore but they never play into the lore, or if they have zero lore at all, but they actually do some kind of a role playing, and like how people like view all of this. And a lot of people were like, hey, you just do whatever you want, and your people will find you, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays it's kind of, I kind of found out that like people like me to be a little bit out of character,
Mm-hmm.
because it's more, I don't know, like a little bit more
Genuine.
on the, yeah, I mean, it's fun to do the role playing stuff, and a lot of people actually found me through the role playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a so I was, so as a and her like VTuber lore, because I kind of set these two apart. I have a like VTuber lore for like the short version, and then I have the lore,
Mm-hmm.
which is the universe and everything, right? So the VTuber lore is that as I was way too curious and way too stubborn to listen, and played with an ancient magic and abandoned portals and accidentally crash landed on Earth. So now she's trying to find a way back, meanwhile learning about Earth's culture and so on. And that's why also my community is called Earthlings. I call everybody Earthlings. And it's just like we had like, sometimes I prepare some kind of a like story, like as a first time visiting supermarket,
Yeah.
and people love it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I literally had, when I had that story, I was like, oh, as I was so baffled by um grilled chicken, or something like that. And one of my viewers sent me a fan art after the stream of Aze watching the grilled chicken in a supermarket rotating and just like being like, oh my God, what kind of sorcery is that? And I was like, oh my God, it's so cool. So and then they are like, oh, you should have, oh, Aze, you have to try this, you have to try this. And they obviously, like, the community knows that I'm a real person, right? And that I'm
Of
not a
course.
sorceress from another realm. But they are just like, they are pushing like some kind of like ideas. Oh, you have to go to hotel and try like this and that. And then it gives me the inspiration to create like more stories, more crazy stuff. And it's just fun. It's just fun.
So, have you made any major changes, do you think, that are noteworthy since you started VTubing?
Changes.
Yeah. Like maybe you went in the day one and you were doing this and then you realized, oh no, that's not going to work, so you had to change tack quickly.
Um, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I might have like, so my first stream was Marvel Rivals literally, and that's one thing that I kind of found out. Oh yeah, I cannot really do streaming and focusing on chat when I'm playing a game like that. That was probably the only thing. So I'm like, so now we do like very short stream of Marvel Rivals, and we play with the chat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easier for me to communicate. But otherwise, I don't think that I did any change. Um, I cannot think about anything yet. Yeah.
That's okay. So, what would you like to accomplish through your channel?
Well, um, so I don't know if it's like through channel on Twitch or that, but in just general,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I always wanted to make a community, of people who loves to do all kinds of things. Like it doesn't need to be same hobbies as I have,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, one thing that I absolutely love is that, especially in my Discord server right now, people are from all over the world basically right now, and they are interactive with each other, supporting each other, and making like friendships, sort of,
Yep.
as much as you can do friendship over internet, right?
Yes.
But but it's just so warming, or I don't know how to say it, like to see like how they are like so nice to each other, and they are like, and people are telling me, oh my God, Aze, thank you so much for being so welcoming, and like I feel like I found a safe spot to be in.
Mm,
So yeah, my wish is to just create a really nice community and just enjoy what we are doing.
yeah. I've noted this too is one of the greatest feelings I've ever had as a content creator was when two people become friends in like your server or because they met through you personally, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, I I'm partially responsible for that happening. I'm the reason that somebody's life opened up in a serious way.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and I can see right now like a couple of people in my server like they're literally plotting against me at this point. They're like, "Oh my god, Aze, you just created an absolute um catastrophe or something, like this is the chaotic couple, and they're like, oh my god, we need to force Azet to do this, like it in a fun way, obviously, like nothing malicious or anything, but like they
Of
are
course.
literally plotting against me, and I love that interaction and that they are actually being friends,
Mm,
and some of them are also VTubers, so they are like right now they are supporting each other as well, so they met through me, and then I go, if I have a time and I go and support somebody else, I can find other people from my community to be there and supporting them as well. So it's just so nice to see.
oh, so who is a VTuber that you'd love to talk to, and do you have anything that you'd want to ask them?
Huh. So I feel like this might be a little bit of a hot take, or I
Go
don't know.
for it.
No,
Go
I
for it.
the thing is, before I so literally that like month ago when I first decided to go VTuber,
Mm-hmm.
I never really watched any VTubers. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that this whole community exists and like what is it and everything,
Mm.
but I never watched anyone. So
Did
uh
Did you watch any like clips or anything? Because I'm a frequent clip watcher.
not really. Not really. Like if it popped on me and it was like interesting, like of course, I seen it. But since I started this, I kind of got more into the VTubers,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to see what others doing, and I literally, as like at the moment when I decided, okay, I'm going this way, I literally spent the whole night and day watching like history of VTubing and like everything. So I actually know what is everything about right now, but yeah. I think that I would say that I have actually one VTuber that I really uh have a fun watching
Mm-hmm.
is, and I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce his name well, but it's Cabal.
Hmm.
Um he's a horror kind of VTuber,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just so funny, and he also says that like, oh, I didn't want to be a VTuber. He's not that average VTuber, right? He has this like dark skeleton uh kind of character,
Nice.
and and he's quite big actually because he's unique, and that's
Yes.
one thing, that I'm actually looking in for the VTubers. So I have this kind of a ritual, a morning ritual
Mm-hmm.
that I call it. So when I wake up in the morning, I go to Twitter and I go into the communities tab, and I have like three or four like biggest VTubers communities there, and I just scroll by the most recent post, and I'm looking for small new starter VTubers, or there's also big ones as well, and I'm just looking like what they are posting about, if they have any kind of cool concept. I look in the I look at the models as well,
Mm-hmm.
and if I find something really unique, I I usually make a really good friends with them. So I don't know if it's like weird or not, but like
No, no, no. I mean, I mentioned this to you. The way that I
Hmm.
find a lot of people is I go to Twitter and then I search VTuber EN and
Yes.
then I go to the newest, most recent results and I just look for people there.
Yeah, exactly. In a way, I don't go through hashtags. I just literally am in the communities, but
Mm.
it's it's interesting how a lot of people are like, oh, it's so hard to make friends or something like that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't really do anything for to actually make friends or
Yes.
like, yeah, or like these engagement baits and stuff kind of posts. I just scroll past them. Like I don't even interact with those because how many times actually like or support small VTubers, for example.
Oh yeah.
How many times actually this person actually supported a small VTuber?
How about male VTubers? How many posts have you seen in the last month? We need more male VTubers. Male VTubers, speak up.
Actually, most of my friends are male VTubers, which is so
Yeah.
funny.
I mean, it's such a large portion of the population. I never felt any specific urge. I
Hmm.
didn't feel like I wasn't being represented in any capacity. I watch all sorts of VTubers. I watch them all over. I don't know. Engage.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
no, no, go on, go on.
Engagement bait doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I am just like, oh, I just scroll past those, and obviously, like every single, oh, I'm live right now, right? Or like, I'm summoning cat VTubers or something like that. It's just
Mm,
like, no, I'm just, uh, I don't know. I just don't find these like as entertaining, and so I'm looking for like VTubers who are looking for some streaming help or something, you know, with like software or something. Because
yeah.
to be fair, I have a little bit of knowledge in that.
Hmm.
So, uh, I mean, I was doing this for like 4 years or something before,
Yeah.
so.
I I gotta tell you, I think that one of the most upsetting things about the year 2020
Hmm.
was that everybody suddenly became experts in like uh, the video teleconferencing software stuff, and because I had taken the time before that year to actually get familiar with them, so I already knew all the tips and tricks. And then all of a sudden, everybody else was an expert, and I was like, "Man, I got nothing anymore."
Yeah. The thing is, I find quite a lot that these like, oh, I'm gonna make tutorial, you know, or
Hmm.
like, would these people be interested in tutorials? And then I watch their tutorial and it's complete garbage.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh my god. So in a lot of like, I'm not gonna lie, like, yes, I did watch some tutorials when I wanted to like set up the VTube studio and all of that things. I learned from that, right?
Hmm.
But in a lot of cases, I just go and I just learn everything myself. I just try, you know, error, try, you know, this works, this makes me float around, you know, I don't care, you know. Okay, good. And
I am very much the same way. I'm the guy who, if you were to give me a box with like IKEA furniture in it, I would
mhm,
assemble it without the instructions.
hmm, I don't think I don't think that I would go with that one, but to be fair, maybe yeah, I don't know. When it comes to furniture, I rather follow the instructions.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want the shelf to suddenly collapse on me.
So
Because as much as I love to figuring out stuff myself, yeah, I'm still chaotic. So I wouldn't trust myself sometimes.
oh god, imagine spending 2 hours putting a piece of furniture together, and then you sit on it and it breaks underneath you.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's literally what can happen sometimes to me, I feel like.
Uh, so you're having your ideal stream. Who are you inviting?
Hmm. Is there anything like an ideal stream, to be fair?
That there is no scuff by some miracle. Nothing goes wrong.
Nothing goes wrong. That sounds so fantastical to me. um Well, ideal stream. Hmm. The thing is, I in the past and even right now, I haven't really do any like collaborations or anything like that. So I cannot really say who am I like inviting. Um, if there's like ideal person or anything like that. I feel like I have this idea right now that I kind of wanna do, and that would be, and I think that's gonna be really fun.
Mhm.
And that is because I made some friends with like-minded VTubers
Yep.
that are doing this like in character kind of thing, and they are also lore wise kind of aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just love to have genuine fun being sort of in character and play some kind of a simulation game, like I don't know, fast food simulator. So imagine four aliens running a McDonald's. you know, ideal stream equals chaotic fun to
ha-
me.
have you ever seen The Devil is a Part Timer? It's an anime, and basically it's like a character gets transported from a fantasy world,
Hmm.
and he and his and it's supposed to be like the devil, the ultimate bad guy, and so he and all of his cohorts start working day jobs.
Oh wait, I okay. So first of all, I need to mention and another hot take. I don't watch anime.
Really?
Yes.
So no, so hold, no anime, no VTubers. How did you end up here?
Exactly. So okay, uh, but I heard about the anime that you just mentioned because the audio engineer that lives in the house, he loves anime, and I
Nice.
think that was just watching that. To be fair, because he was explaining something like that, and I was like, okay, cool concept, like it's actually, yeah, it's cool. So the thing is, I don't mind anime, and
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, I loved Pokemon, but I tried to watch anime a couple years ago, and I don't know if it was just uh my choice of an anime or I have zero clue, but I just couldn't get into it somehow. Like I prefer real life,
Mm-hmm.
stuff in a way because I feel like the characters like I watched one anime and it was completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first anime basically, right? So I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, okay, I'm gonna continue with this one. And then there was couple characters that looked exactly same like the characters in the previous one, and I was just like, oh, this is, and they were just, and I think that the personality of them was like in the first anime they were like really nice characters, and in this one they were baddies or something like that. And I just couldn't get like over it. I was like, oh my god, they look completely same. I know it's completely different anime, completely different characters, different names and everything, but the drawings, the animation is so same to me, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't.
I will say,
Hmm.
if you do want to get into anime, because I I for one can't stand it when I say, oh, I don't like this thing, and then someone says, you just haven't given it a chance. Yes, I did. I gave it enough of a chance. But if you are trying to get into anime, the genre spans the gambit. You can find stuff for anything that you like on, like, if you watch regular TV, you can
Hmm.
find something that probably gets pretty close to what you would get there.
So there is actually like, so couple I mean, last week we were doing some kind of like a bingo card for VTubers or something, and that was like, you have to put your favorite anime, and I
Mm-hmm.
actually put a quote quoting marks,
Mm-hmm.
favorite anime, which is, I don't know if you ever heard about it, was Paradise Kiss.
I feel like I've heard the name before, but
Yes, and the only reason why I chose this one is because there is actually a movie, live action movie of that anime, and I saw that one first because um uh, reason. I was very into Korea and K-pop and K-drama and that kind of stuff. So I also managed to go into like Japanese drama and series. So and I found this movie because it was also they were working with Warner Bros
Mm-hmm.
from America. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like very nice done, very nicely done movie.
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh my god." And 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 I absolutely love that movie and I was okay. It's from anime actually. There is an anime series, so there's gonna be more stuff because this is a movie, 1 movie, 2 hours, right? So there's not everything that was in the anime. So I decided to watch the anime, and I really liked it, most of the part. But then I found out that they completely changed the ending in the movie to be a good ending, you know. And in anime, it didn't ended up well for the couple and like the characters there. And I'm like, why? My heart hurts right now. Like I, I really like the movie. Why is it like this in the anime and even in the manga? And I
Mm.
was like, ah. So yeah.
I kind of had a similar experience once. One of my favorite movies is actually a Korean movie called Old Boy, uh,
Hmm.
and I figured out that it was originally a manga. I never read the manga, but I heard that the story in that is way more expansive than what's actually featured in the movie. Uh,
Oh
like
yeah.
the end of the movie is like the halfway point in the book. So I don't know. I think that's fun because I would have had no idea it was based on a manga just by watching it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But to be fair, like these kind of situations, you can find it in anything, right?
yeah,
Harry Potter, whatever.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah, like come to me with anything Witcher related, and oh my god,
Yeah, there we go.
yes, yes.
So, excuse me. Uh, I apologize. What advice?
Don't worry.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
Hmm. So absolutely, my advice number one is just enjoy the ride. You know, um, I seen I see a lot of people asking like, "Oh, I want to be a streamer. I want to be a content creator. What people like to do?" Big wrong. First one. Don't ask what people likes. Because if okay, I will tell you, okay, I like, let's say, okay, I like cooking streams. Okay, can you cook, you know? And you are like, "Oh no, I cannot." So like what now? What now? You know?
Hmm.
You so you gonna like, okay, I cannot do this, or I don't know, I have no way to do it, to do certain things, right? That
Mm-hmm.
people like. And you're gonna get um um sorry, looking for words.
Mm-hmm.
Brain fog, sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
um yeah, this is the problem with me bilingual. You forget everything. Okay. Yeah, you get discouraged
Mm-hmm.
basically. Yeah, so what I recommend um to anyone, if I find a tweet asking like, "Oh, I have this idea, you know, would people be interested in it? Do you want to watch it? Would do you think it's a good idea, or should I do this? Should I do that?" I just say, "Hey, you know what? First of all, you're probably not gonna even get a response from people.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're asking like very small portion, and the internet is so big, your people will find you. So choose something that you are passionate about."
Mm.
That was my problem when I was doing the face cam streams. I was just trying to do what everybody else was doing, playing
Yeah.
some kind of games, you know, that and like, okay, this is popular now. I will do that, you know. But the problem is if you're forcing yourself to do something you don't enjoy, you get burned out.
Yeah.
And that's just the worst because I got burned out so much. I was just like, I don't want to stream. Like I was so uh unmotivated to do stuff,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I had a bad stream or something. Like it was just like, oh my god, no. And now, like some people, I told certain people that, hey, I transferred into this VTuber right now, so if you want to watch me still, I'm
Mm-hmm.
here. And a lot of people actually who still watch me, they are they're coming into my DMs and they're like, "Oh my god, you look like a completely different person. You are enjoying this so much
Mm.
because I'm doing what I love, the universe building, the fantasy style role playing kind of stuff, right?"
Yeah.
And people are like, "This is so amazing. Like you look like a completely different person. Like it's so much more fun to watch you." So every time so that's one thing that I tell people, like your viewers will find out if you're not having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So just do what you love.
Yes.
Focus on what you love. And there are I was asking people, "Hey, would you like this lore kind of thing, like more in character?" People are like, "There are some people who like it. There are some people who doesn't, you know." So, and I found a lot of people who loves it. They love when I'm in character. They're making the fun of me and or with me, let's say, you know. And it's just genuine fun.
Mm.
So I have a lot of ideas or like what to do in the future and everything. So again, yeah, that's my number one advice for everybody. Do what you love.
Yes. I it's something I've certainly said in the past is that if you're not having fun, the audience can tell you're not having fun and they won't have
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. Exactly. Like if you're feeling again, like some people are like when you're feeling down or you're not feeling well, like do you stream? If you're not feeling well or if you're not having fun, just stop the stream,
Mm.
or don't stream at all. Just it's okay to take a break, take a breath, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And come back with a brighter flames next day or next week, whatever, it's okay.
Speaking of having fun, which game did you have the most fun playing on stream?
Hmm. Well, we didn't play as much variety yet as a but I had a lot of fun playing. We had a full week, actually it was 2 weeks ago. We had a full week of playthrough of Life is Strange True Colors.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a lot of fun because I love RPGs and um, butterfly effect games,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're familiar with Life is Strange. That's incredible. Incredible genre of a game.
Nice.
And actually this Tuesday we did a full playthrough of Stray,
Yep.
the basically cat simulator
Yep.
thing, and I had so much fun with that one as well. So
Nice. Uh, are, are there any games that you're looking forward to?
oh my god.
Here we go.
Yeah. So I mentioned it before, I'm a huge 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 The Witcher fan.
Yep.
Books, uh well, I want to say series, but that's kind of questionable. Yeah, the games obviously. And so right now I actually found out that a couple of people from my community, they never played or uh watched, or like I don't know if they like they probably heard about, but like the Witcher 3 game especially.
Mm-hmm.
So right now when we have the announcement for the Witcher 4, which is still gonna be like that in I don't believe that they're gonna release it next year. I think it's gonna take a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I have to do a playthrough of The Witcher 3 again. But hey, there's a lot of ways to do it, right? But I will probably still stick to the same path. Anyways, yeah, The Witcher 4 absolutely. And um there's also a couple games. So I really like I said that I like the survivals
Mm-hmm.
and sort of base building or something like that.
Mm.
And I actually really enjoy games like Medieval Dynasty.
Yep.
So I know that there is supposed to be Viking Dynasty coming out this year, so that's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to that one. And mostly because my Steam library is so huge, um, I'm looking for a lot of updates for certain games that I have. So there's gonna be a full release of the supermarket simulator. Yeah, a lot of actually my community loves when I play supermarket simulator because we called our supermarket "Come Here."
Yeah, I saw that.
That's just like, uh, and they love our employees. You know, Greg and Benjamin duo trio at this point. So that one as well. There's gonna be a full release of that, and they are promising a lot of cool additions and everything. So yeah.
Man, imagine seeing a store called "Come Here." Oh well, I guess I may as well.
Yep. Hey, it's a good marketing strategy, okay? And considering that we are literally the only one store in that whole town.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw how much you were charging for tomatoes. What the heck, man?
Excuse me, I'm setting up the market price, okay? Because the game is literally telling you, okay, this is the good price for him.
uh, so, your friends just dropped in to play video games. What are you playing?
Oh, Marvel Rivals.
There you
Definitely.
go.
Yeah. Um that's like this year kind of with my friends. uh Number one game, or what did we play? Like last year it was mostly Helldivers. We're enjoying that quite a lot as well. And it used to be quite a lot Fortnite. I haven't played Fortnite in ages at this point. Like since Helldivers and Marvel Rivals came out, yeah, like Fortnite is absolutely like it's gone for me at this point. Yeah, that's mostly because it's kind of hard with friends
Yeah.
to find games there for free, you know. Like not for free, but like every let's say Helldiver, you pay for Helldivers, right?
Yes.
So every everybody needs to have a Helldivers to play with, right? So
Yes.
games that everybody has, yeah,
Yeah.
or wants to play.
Yeah, and then you have to like kind of get into the meta of the whole thing. Like, what is everybody else playing right now? Uh, and I'm just, come on.
Yeah, like right now I know that everyone's playing the repo or whatever is that.
Yeah.
I never played it. I never even watched anyone play it, and I'm just not interested in it. It's like it kind of feels like another Among Us kind of thing. But to be fair, Among Us, I love Among Us, and I kind of miss it.
No, it's I I haven't played Repo. However, I did play Lethal Company, which I understand is pretty much the exact same thing. And
Again, never
yeah,
played that. I feel, and I think I had that conversation with someone. I can't remember with who, but I'm this type of a person who is like, when something is popular, I'm just staying out of it.
I
I don't know why.
I am exactly the same way. I like there have been times when everybody was reading the book. You know, people didn't talk about books, but they did talk about the book,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I am never going to read that ever.
I'm not like I'm not like I'm never going to read or watch or play
Yeah.
that ever. I'm not like that. Usually I'm just like I'm just going to wait after the hype is over and then like get into it. Like I remember when Avatar came out, you know, the movie, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like it's so good. You have to go watch it and stuff." And I was just like, "Nah, good." You know.
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, I finally watched it. I got a DVD, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that's so awesome!" And I love it now. But like, I and it's not like we are getting like our experience destroyed by the hype or
Mhm.
anything, right? And I usually stay out of spoilers quite successfully
Yeah.
as well. So I do have my own experience a little bit later, and usually I'm enjoying that. Like, I'm not saying like, oh my god, this game, this movie, whatever is bad. No, it's
Mm.
not. It's not. I just like, hey, I kind of want to be unique by that, and get that attention when people are like, "Oh my god, have you watched Star Wars?" No, I haven't. Oh my god.
Well, for me, it's not so much like I think that it's gonna be bad. It's more like I'm just kind of turned off by everybody doing the same thing
Yeah.
all at once. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
Yeah.
So, this is the part of the interview I call it the random questions. For the '80s fans in the audience, I call them the Voight-Kampf questions. Uh,
Ooh.
so, it's a reference to a movie called Blade Runner. Uh, which do you prefer, Elvis or the Beatles?
Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Beatles because I never really uh listened to Elvis.
Hmm.
I think I have more songs. Oh my god. Songs from the Beatles,
Yes.
but I'll say that actually maybe neither of them because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
There you go. What's your favorite album?
um I would say Dangerous. Dangerous album. And my favorite song is also the Danger song or Who Is It, which is absolutely like, so fun fact, Michael
Mm-hmm.
never wanted to perform or sing again that particular song, Who Is It,
Mm-hmm.
on a concert or anywhere else because it was deeply, deeply emotional for him and personal.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why I love that song so much.
Michael was an interesting character. He's a, like half the stuff that's said about him, as far as I can tell, isn't true. Uh,
No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, if you know anything about him, and like actually know about him, his childhood, how he, like, what he's been through and everything,
yeah,
he was just a kid. He
yeah.
was just an innocent kid. He never grew up. He called himself Peter Pan, and I completely agree with that.
Hmm. Incidentally, I think that my favorite album by him is probably Off the Wall.
Oh my god, that's actually I actually that's a really cool pick, I would
Mm.
say, because not a lot of people pick his first album or or like any of the latest albums. Everyone is like
Thriller,
Thriller,
yep.
yeah, Thriller
No,
or
no shade. Thriller is an excellent album.
yeah,
Bad is an excellent album.
yeah.
But
Like,
Off the Wall, don't stop till you get enough
oh my god. Yes.
it's just one of those songs I hear it and
Hmm.
I just it's electric.
Yeah, I really prefer the 90s Michael, I
Mhm.
think. I love all of his music, like seriously, everything.
Yes.
But I prefer like History and Dangers
Mhm.
or his don't want to say latest one, but
Mhm.
Invincible. Yeah. And obviously the last one, This Is It. Oh my god, I was so sad.
Mm. How is it that they keep coming up with this music like after the post mortem music? It's so bleak, and yet you hear it and you're like, wow, that's actually kind of incredible.
I don't know how I'm feeling, especially about the latest one, The Escape.
Hmm.
I understand. I understand that they kind of want to like
Yeah.
carry on, but
Oh,
if
is
again, if you knew Michael, he said like I do release every song that I feel good about.
hmm.
If I don't release that song, I don't I just don't want it to be released.
I will agree that there are instances where it's like they have like little snippets of the music and it was never really a completed thought, and then they release that afterwards as a song, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, like there I think there was the which one was it? With the Justin Timberlake,
Mm.
one of the songs, I can't really remember the name right now. But basically it was a song that wasn't supposed to be like uh a duet or something like that, like with two people.
Mm-hmm.
But and it was also unfinished, if I'm not mistaken, and they just took another artist to fill up the space from my like with Michael, right?
Mm.
And I'm just like, "Ah, yeah, it's a good song, but Michael never wanted to really like to put it out, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of, why are you milking him, in a
Yeah.
sense. uh
Uh, I just wish there were more talented musicians these days, because I don't think of like a Michael Jackson or David Bowie. David
oh,
Bowie is another one that I
yeah.
really like a lot. I can't think of anyone who's like that today.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think it has a lot of I think I'm not, there's a lot of people who are like very very talented, obviously.
Yes.
But I feel like for us, especially like I mean, I don't want to assume your age or anything, but I think that we
I'm
are probably like same age kind of group.
I'm
uh
for the record, I'm 32. I'll say it. Uh,
Amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm 28. I'm
oh,
28.
there you
So
go.
yeah. So yeah. Again, almost same. Yeah. So we kind of have this like 90s, 80s nostalgia kind of thing,
Yes,
right?
very
Going
much
on.
so.
So it's not like we don't. It's not like there are not talented people right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we just like stick to what we know, what we grew up with, right?
Yeah.
So like for example, when it comes to like K-pop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely can say like a lot of K-pop artists, a lot of uh I don't want to say groups, but
Yeah.
individuals in these groups are very talented songwriters, music makers. Like it's
Yes.
amazing. It's amazing. But it's modern. It's a different style. It's different things. So they can be as creative and as genius as Michael Jackson, for example, but nobody's gonna acknowledge that
No.
because as much because I don't know how to say it. Like these were Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, all kinds of people. They were first in a sense, right? So
Yes.
yeah.
I think that the problem with music today is that the people who were first, they had the benefit of being able to experiment with it a lot more. Whereas
Yeah.
today, there's a lot more homogenous music out there. And I think that
Yeah.
that is what kind of clutters the airwaves. Uh, Whereas, the more interesting, more unique stuff, it just kind of gets pushed under, because that's not what sells. Like, imagine the Hollywood producer. That's not what sells, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Also, now basically I don't want to say that now everyone can do music in a sense, but it's
Hmm.
more affordable to do, right? But when you go these 40, 50 years back, not everyone could buy a guitar, right? And like
No.
do it, and that's why it felt a little bit more, I don't know, rare or precious. I don't know how to say it. I
Yeah.
don't want to I don't want to like mm,
Uh, that's
say
okay.
yeah, I don't want to say like that people are not talented. Of course they are. Oh my god. I have one VTuber friend that he's a producer. He's creating songs on his streams. He's doing absolutely amazing job. you know?
Well, sometimes I think it's not so much about technical ability as much as it is
Mhm.
about vision. I think that certain people have a certain vision of what they want their music to be, and I think that that is
Yeah.
what really nails it home, because
Mm.
people it gives something people to connect to.
Yeah. And again, like for example, I love the fantasy music and I think that like those composers that I'm listening to. They are absolutely amazing.
Yes.
But hey, it's not everybody's style, and also there's
Mm.
so much out there. So many of those, it's just like it's hard to find these, You have to be literally cherry picking sometimes.
Okay. Uh, what's a song that you can't help but dance to when you hear it?
Hmm. Hmm. Can't but oh. That's a hard question. There's a couple definitely. Uh
I mean, you got Michael Jackson there. There are at least half a dozen songs that I.
oh, like that's without the question. Like if I I used to dance quite a lot. So like
Mm,
I know a lot of choreographies and everything. So like um yeah, like Michael Jackson definitely, but I'm just thinking like right now because
mm,
obviously like I grew up a little bit.
of course.
My
Of course.
playlist changed a little bit too. Right now I think that like especially when I'm thinking about the last instances when I like heard a song and started dancing.
Mhm,
I think it was some K-pop stuff.
mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Yeah, because I used to be in I used to be in a K-pop dance group,
Nice.
and and so I learned a lot of choreographies. And for anybody who listens to K-pop, you know that like choreography and dancing is like a huge part of everything.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah, so probably I think that latest probably every time I definitely go and like do some dance, I'll say Pentagon and Shine.
There you go. Unfortunately, I don't know much K-pop, so.
Hmm. No, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. Like I'm actually like uh, rare. Let's say rare type of K-pop fan at this point.
Mm.
I will say because K-pop got so mainstream in the last decade. Actually, now it's decade. Oh my god.
That it is so interesting to hear. You have no idea because I'm usually the person who's kind of on the outside looking in. And so
Hmm.
when I see something that I like become mainstream, it's kind of like, "Oh." And then but K-pop has never been that for me. So when I see K-pop that I have no involvement with, "Oh, it
Hmm.
became so mainstream, it's different now." And I'm like, "I never knew it as anything else."
The thing is, like most of the K-pop fans nowadays are they came with like BTS and everything,
Yep.
and Blackpink, But that's
Mm-hmm.
for me, those are babies. I started with K-pop like at the so it's the year 2025, 16, 17 years ago.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, I like, okay, oh my god, you're a K-pop fan. Who do you like? And I'm like, oh, I love Dongbang Shinki, Super Junior, HOT. And what the hell of
Uh, okay, so
stuff is that?
I
Like,
am I am incredibly curious to know
mhm.
to listen to some of this music because I want to know what K-pop sounded like before it became the K-pop that I
Oh
know
my god,
of.
I hugely support that because because nowadays the K-pop, the only thing that it's like it has the feeling of K-pop is that just because it's in Korean language, otherwise it's the same American kind of style music. And I so much love old K-pop, especially 2008, 2009, like that kind of era when
Mm,
it became like the actual K-pop. I
yeah.
think that was the crazy, niche kind of style, so
Mm-hmm.
because I remember like when I was in elementary school and I came and like, oh my god, I love K-pop, there's this group called Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this weird oldies Big Bang, not the Fantastic Baby or Bang 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 that everybody knows right now.
Mm.
And they're like, oh my god, you're so weird, that kind of like I appreciate that. Like I know when I got bullied for that. Same for like some anime lovers, or like
Yeah.
right, like we were the kids who got bullied for that. So
And
I
then
feel. special.
Oh, man, it's so weird because you're speaking to a lot of things that I'm very familiar with, but from a totally different angle. Like I was the original K-pop. I was the original anime fan.
Yeah.
I was in this business before you people were even born. What are you talking about? Oh,
Yeah.
you like One Piece? Congratulations.
Yeah.
I watched the live action One Piece. I'm an anime fan now. No, you ain't. Sit down, Junior.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's another thing. Like I know that a lot of people right now they say, "Oh, I'm a K-pop fan." Okay, who do you listen to? BTS, and that's it. No, you're not a K-pop fan. You're a BTS fan. Like I
Oh.
I I am like actual I would say like I am a K-pop fan. I was a goddamn K-pop DJ. I have like when you look into my folder with K-pop, you will find like subfolders, with names of the groups, and there's literally over 200 or 300 of them. And they will say, "Oh, I love BTS, I love Blackpink." Cool, too.
Oh man,
Do
that's
do
awesome.
you know who B1A4 is? I'm just, yeah, whatever. Mm.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I don't want to be out. Of course, like one thing that I want to mention, like I hate gatekeeping. Okay,
Mm,
so I'm not doing that. Obviously, like, hey, if you're open to listen to something else than just BTS,
yeah.
um, I'm not gonna be rude to you or anything like that. Obviously, hey, I will help you to like. Do you have an interest in K-pop? I will show you the world.
I mean, my opinion on gatekeeping is rather complicated because
Mm,
on one hand, I want people to get interested in the things that I like because I want, but on the other hand, I feel as though there are some people who are not really interested in the things that I like. They're interested in the things that
yeah,
they like, and they want to shoehorn the things that I like into that framework, and that is what I'm very much against. So I don't know. It's complicated, I guess.
yeah. Like I personally have a beef with people when it comes to the K-pop that are like literally just they never listen to anything else than BTS,
Mm,
and they are saying, "Oh my God, BTS are the best. They are the K-pop kings." And I was like, "You never listen to anything else."
yeah.
And they are refusing to listen to anything else.
And then the only other bands that get signed from then on are ones that sound like BTS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like that's one thing that I'm just like, oh, you know what? Like those people I can't stand.
Yeah.
In a sense. Yeah. And in VTubing community, the gatekeeping is also
Oh yes.
super. Oh my god. I've noticed that a lot, and like again, I'm in all of this like actually in the culture and community and everything like involved just for about a little bit over a month,
Yep.
but oh my god.
Yeah. VTubing is very high school. That was a reaction right there. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like I mean I understand. No, this okay. I think that it might be just because I'm like almost hitting 30s, right?
yeah.
So I'm just like I'm over this.
Yeah. Me too.
So
I'm,
yeah.
I'm like, what are you even arguing about? It's like when you go onto YouTube and there's the person who does the React video that was to a
Hmm.
React video of a React video, and it's just this the most petty drama thing. Like, ooh,
Hmm.
will you think that I'm stupid? Well, you're a stupid head. How about that? That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like to me. It's infantile.
The thing is, like when I'm really bored, I watch these kind of stuff. Like that's the thing. Like yes, yeah, I have the anime fan in the house, right? And he's like, okay, no, if you wanna be a VTuber, like you have to learn about this. You have to like, it's gonna be this, because he's watching VTubers and everything,
Mm,
and I'm like, okay, you know. And so what I did was actually like what the first week of me being a VTuber, I was watching so much videos on VTuber drama, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like it's so terrible. I need to know, So I'm gonna learn, like what is like absolute taboo." And then you're watching these.
Hmm.
and you find out that it's just common sense to not do these things.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, all right, yeah, that's a common sense not to I don't know, steal that or like don't do that. I don't know, you know.
Or here's an idea: if you don't want to receive shit, don't go on
Mhm.
the air and start talking shit.
Exactly, exactly. So that was like like, one of the number ones. I have a couple number ones, but yeah, things that I was like, okay, one thing that I don't want to be doing is in, on my VTuber account, especially on Twitter.
Mm,
I don't want to be reacting or commenting on any type of drama.
yeah.
It's just I'm staying out of this. I don't want to. If you want to do that, create another account.
Yeah.
You know, don't have it with your name. You
Mm,
know, it's just yeah. And actually, like it's true. I'm not gonna lie. I've like as I'm scrolling through Twitter every day, and there's like, and I see the like other VTubers like commenting on all kinds of stuff, trying to cancel or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just want to say something so hard.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I sort of teeny tiny bit slipped the other day. I didn't tag anybody. I didn't say names, anything. I literally just did, hey, a small reminder. If your one post goes viral and you get like 500 new followers because of that, that doesn't give you a right to weaponize this following and try to cancel people you do not like, because that's exactly what I saw happening, and I was
Yeah.
just like, what's wrong with people?
I don't know. I'm just every once in a while I'll have a big long sprawling post on Twitter and then I'll delete it 5 minutes later because I realize that nobody wants to read my in-depth thoughts on the current situation.
Mm,
So I'm learning slowly not to do that. Uh, just to keep thoughts general and like 12 words or less, I would say.
yeah. Like sometimes I have a lot of things to say. Unfortunately, I'm a yapper. um
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed. And yeah. So I usually like I post like multiple replies and everything because I'm not paying the subscriptions to Twitter right now. I'm too broke to do that. I literally just created my own reference sheet in Canva, free version, because I'm too broke for vegan or anything. But like, I'm not saying like I down the path I will pay for artists and everything, but
Hmm.
right now, especially as a starting VTuber, oh my god, I can't believe how certain people like pay thousands and thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for their debut. They never streamed before. They don't know how it's gonna go. You waste so much money, and like, yeah, you are risking to waste so much money
Yes.
because you will then, like, you will prepare all of this, all of that, like pay so much money for your debit stream, and then like three people shows up, for example,
Oh,
and
that
or you
hurts.
you you stream for a month and you're not actually that entertaining or doing anything valuable as a content, and you just wasted three grand.
Yeah, people need to learn a little bit more about investments. Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, literally, I am my creation, everything. 30. I don't know. Well, that's just a model, right? But like
yeah.
everything, when it comes to everything that I like got
Hmm.
to do to VTubing, when it comes to like streaming assets, backgrounds, I basically made everything myself, and I think that I spent maximum of, I don't think it's gonna go over $100
Yeah.
at all. Like, I don't think it's gonna even reach 75, to be fair. The only things that I paid for was literally the model kind of things. But I created my own overlays. I created my own alerts, you know,
Hmm.
um, artworks, whatever. Just do screenshot, poses. Hey, hi, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So I just, Why? I don't understand this.
I
I wish I had the money certain people have, to just throw it away on these kind of stuff.
Oh man. I got this still image because I didn't think to give a try to the like the pre-made stuff.
Hmm.
So I got the pre-made. I got this and I rigged it to do the bouncy animation. And
No, that's
I
good. Yeah,
yeah.
that's amazing.
And there's so much you can do. There's so
Yeah,
much you can do without having to pay any money, and you don't need any experience at all.
yeah, that's the like. I wish I could draw. To be fair,
Me too.
like, there's one thing that I say to like VTubers who are like, oh, I want to be a VTuber, but like I don't have the money to do this and that. So I say, hey, you know, you don't have to pay $300 for art and then another 500 for a rake
Mm.
to have your original character. If you don't like any pre-made stuff, there's so many free options, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vroid, for example, or if you want like a little bit more, like live 2D kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just start as a PNG tuber. And if you
Yeah.
can draw and draw your own character, oh my god, go for it. It's just like it's okay. And if you're passionate about it and you want to be actually a VTuber, and do content and everything down the path, you're gonna earn enough money or save up, and then you can make your own character.
Absolutely. Okay.
Kids, don't waste the money, please.
Yes. Save your money for useful things like a car.
Yeah,
Uh,
like priorities. Make some priorities.
yes. Okay. What's a movie you can pick up in the middle and watch to the end?
In the
Segway.
middle.
Sorry. In the middle.
Oh
Let,
my
let,
god.
hold on. Let me set up the scenario. You're in a hotel.
Hmm.
You just got home from a long day. You turn on the TV, and it's in the middle of a movie on whatever cable channel.
Hmm. Well, there's actually a lot of movies like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Um, I'm just trying to think about the last situation it happened actually. uh, huh. Oh, I know. It was I don't know if you ever heard about Medallion with Jackie Chan.
Oh, which one?
Medallion.
No, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's like a comedy action kind of stuff, Jackie Chan
Yeah,
does this kind of stuff, right? So
I
that's
love
actually,
Jackie.
yeah, that's one of the things that actually happened that I remember, because that I literally turned on the TV and it was in the middle. I was like, oh my god, they are it's in the TV. I haven't seen that one in like so long. So that was probably the last one that I did. But it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I love all kinds of movies
Hmm.
like that.
I was just talking about Rush Hour the other day. I love that movie.
I never seen that one.
Oh, it's a good one.
I
It's
believe so. A lot of people, a lot of, I know a lot of memes from it.
there. I mean, it's not Jackie Chan's best movie because the thing is that it was kind of more Americanized. So it has there's a certain amount of I don't know brutality that's present in some of his other movies that kind of almost adds to the comedy in a way. But
Hmm.
it's still a very entertaining movie.
Of course, and come on, like we know Jackie Chan. He has how many thousands of movies at this point?
Yeah.
Also, like, it's. I don't want to say it's all kind of same
Mm-hmm.
because it's not. But like, if you love Jackie Chan, you know what to expect.
Oh yes. You get Mr. Nice Guy and you have him fighting with a ladder.
Yeah. Oh my God. 80. What was? What's the? Sorry, I'm thinking about the English names for the movies because
Mm.
obviously I watch them mostly in my native language. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the 80 Days Around the World.
Oh yeah. Around the world in 80 days he did that.
Yeah. He's there. He's there too.
Hmm.
Absolutely love that one.
I've never seen that one. Uh,
You gotta watch it because it's like it's just another kind of like Jackie Chan kind of stuff, right? But it's so entertaining. It's so entertaining. I love it. It was like one of my childhood movies,
oh, that's
sort of.
nice. I love that when you have like something you kind of draw back to your childhood like that.
Oh
Oh,
my god, I have so many movies like that.
okay. What's a snack you might buy for a movie that isn't popcorn?
Hmm. I actually do have one right now.
Hmm.
It's poutine.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Can you buy that in theaters?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, we I think we had it literally when we went to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, because I'm in America, so you
Mm-hmm.
cannot get poutine in America, uh, almost anywhere.
Da-da-da. Of course. Yeah. Uh, it's kind of interesting because I never heard about poutine before I moved to Canada.
Hmm.
So I'm like, oh my god, like, hey, it's absolutely amazing. And it was kind of interesting to go to see the movies and they had this whole poutine kind of menu there, like, hey, you want to I was like, oh hell yeah, give it to me. Better than popcorn,
Oh,
absolutely.
what is it? French fries. Oh, like with ketchup? No, with like the most unhealthy things you can imagine.
What are you talking about? It's a cheese and gravy. That's not unhealthy.
It's gravy. I don't even know what gravy is. How to describe what gravy is?
It's
Meat sauce.
yeah.
Oh,
What's wrong about it?
oh boy. But yeah, poutine is very good though. Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I'm becoming more and more Canadian.
next, you'll be buying milk in bags.
Fun fact,
Yep.
the my home country,
Mm-hmm.
it was actually very normal to have milk in bags like that
Hmm.
in the 80s and 70s.
Hmm. Yeah, no, you can't get milk in bags in America. It's all cartons. It's or the plastic ones.
Yeah, yeah. Plastic. Yeah, that's yeah, I think because in my home country and here it's mostly plastic too,
Hmm.
but we have these cartons like you buy this 12 pack of like 1 liter kind of carton kind of
Yeah.
you know thing, and that's how we sell. Like, we don't have a plastic milk, and
Hmm.
if you have, it's like one small bottle of a half a liter, and the price is through the roof. So yeah. So I lived in Korea for 5 years as well,
Hmm.
and that was where I actually discovered that they don't have this carton milk. So I had to start buying the plastic ones. So now I got used to it, thankfully, after like 7 years of basically living in countries that do not have anything but that.
Oh, okay. Would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
Am I not doing it right now?
No, no, in public though.
I know what you mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I do that all the time. I am actually, especially in Korea,
Hmm.
um, I don't really get to go outside anymore. To be fair, right now, I got too comfortable at the comfort of my house, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was younger, absolutely no problem. I'm an extrovert, so I often was called the mama of the group usually.
Hmm.
So I was like, I had a friend, and she was like, "Oh my god, I like that guy over there," and I was like, hold on a kid, I'm gonna make the doctor call for you. So yeah, I have zero problem with making new friends and like meeting new people.
I'm so
I'm
envious.
I like I might seem a little bit shy-ish and quieter, at
Hmm.
first, but once you get to know me, oh my god. Yeah, I have zero problem with that.
Nice. Which do you prefer, chess or poker?
Chess.
Hmm.
Chess, absolutely, because that's one thing that I learned first.
Hmm.
I learned poker too, but I don't really like for poker. You need more people to play with.
Yeah.
With chess, you just need another person, right? So, um, I love chess, and actually, fun fact: in elementary school, I was in chess club, and I actually won a medal,
Oh
first
wow.
place. Yeah.
Wow.
It has been a long time since I last played chess, so I probably suck at it right now. But yeah, in elementary
I,
school, I got a golden medal.
well, yes, but keep in mind that sucking for you would be like if you played me, you would beat me, and I wouldn't even know I was dead until 12 moves later.
Yeah, that might be maybe. I love strategic games as well,
Mm,
and I grew up on them kind of. But there's not that many games anymore like that, unfortunately.
yeah.
Any good ones, at least. Like, I still stick to Age of Empires too.
My favorite games tend to be more like logical based. Like, have you ever played Mastermind?
No, but I heard about it. I
Yeah,
think.
it's a code breaking game. It's like if you've ever played Wordle, it's like that except with colors instead of letters.
Oh, so
Yeah,
puzzles and stuff, riddles, kind of stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the other person tries to make a code that you won't guess, and you try and guess the code, more or
Oh my
less.
god. Yeah. I don't mind puzzle games. I'm kind of because especially um I don't know if like heavily focused game on puzzles. I'm not sure about that. I like
Hmm.
probably like I would be like also confident and then like crash in the first 5 minutes.
Hmm.
But I actually really love, especially so we are playing Hogwarts Legacy on the stream as well. And
Yes.
there's some puzzle kind of style stuff, right?
Hmm.
And I really enjoyed that. And I found out about how to solve a lot of them just naturally, like really quickly. And and my community is like, yeah, you are indeed a Ravenclaw.
uh, so, what was your favorite, or is your favorite radio slash ad jingle?
Oh my god. I don't think I ever had a favorite one. Um and if I had, you guys will never know about it because obviously like
It would be
different
very
country.
specific. Yep.
Yeah, very yeah, different country, different timeline.
Yeah.
Different multiverse. So
That's okay.
I cannot really think right now about anything.
That is okay. Uh, where would your friends kidnap you to?
Huh. um. Hmm. But why would I need a little bit of context for that one. Like, why would they want to kidnap me? Like, what's the situation?
They want to take you somewhere that they think you need to go to right now, and
Oh my
you
god.
you would not go under normal circumstances.
Okay, that's okay. Some manga store probably. You need to read this manga. You need to watch this anime. Because that's what I hear, especially since I started being VTuber so much. You need to start watching anime since you're a VTuber now. I was like, oh my god, let me live.
Okay, what's your favorite thing that you've ever cooked for yourself, or cooked yourself? I mean.
Oh, well, I always hated cooking.
Mm-hmm.
which is also funny because I was literally studying that in high school, and I started cooking recently.
Mm-hmm.
And now I kind of found out that I'm actually not creating biological weapons anymore. So, um, well, so I love. I'm such a sucker for spaghetti
Mm-hmm.
and any type of those.
Oh yeah.
So, hmm. ye- I'm just trying to think about like what I made recently that was really really good. Oh, I know actually. I love Korean cuisine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so hard to actually find ingredients and stuff to
Yes.
cook, especially here, right? Even though we have a lot of like Asian markets and everything that they have
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things from Korea and stuff. So I think that I was like, I don't want to say that it was perfect, but my first attempt to cook doenjanjjigae, which is like a beef stew,
Ooh.
basically Korean style beef stew.
Mm-hmm.
I love, I love that. I love like any jjigae, which means stew in Korean. Um, it's uh, like you give me that and I will love you forever. So yeah, when I first tried to create my own, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't as good as like actually from like a Korean restaurant or someone cooking it for me. Yeah. But I think that yeah, that was probably like one proud moment, and that probably was also a start of a era when I started cooking as well, like all kinds of stuff. There, yeah, I'm not sticking anymore to just pancakes in the morning.
And now on the other side, what is the
Hmm.
worst thing you ever cooked yourself?
Oh my god. Uh, okay, that brings me all the way back to the school when I was studying. So we had this like a training classes for cooking actually. So we were trying to learn how to cook certain traditional food from my country and everything. And we were trying to make a base or something like that for uh what's the word in English? One second. Like a kind of bakery kind of stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep.
And so we were making something with yeast and and we were like trying to like a- yeah, like cook it somehow some type of a way. And what happened was that we actually burned it, and the teacher was like, how is that even possible? Like it's almost like literally it's almost impossible to do it, to burn that thing because it doesn't burn easily. And she was like, how that happened? Like you were not like when you were making it, when you were stirring the pot, like you were not looking at it, like you were not like, did you just leave it on the stove and left, or what you were doing? So yeah, so in the end, like we had we had to like completely redo it from the scratch. So that's like one thing that kind of stuck with me from my studies. uh, but when it comes to like something that was like really bad tasting, for example,
Mm-hmm.
that I actually finished, I didn't restart it. um I don't know. I think. Oh yeah. Um, when I my very smart smart butt of me decided to use olive oil instead of regular vegetable oil for pancakes, and
Oh
didn't
dear.
quite think of the consequences that, oh my god, it's gonna taste like olive oil. So yeah. The thing was because we didn't have any other oil than olive oil, but I still wanted pancakes, and I didn't quite think about it.
For the record, there are instances where olive oil can be used with a sweet food. Like there are cakes that you can make with olive oil.
I never heard about those.
Yeah. I've never tried them, but I
Hmm.
have heard they exist.
Interesting.
uh, okay. Where would your ideal home be located?
Oh. Hmm. Well, probably. Huh. So, my views on like place where I want to live changed over the years so
Mm-hmm.
much because I literally went from living in the city to living in the village
Yeah.
to living in a concrete jungle of Seoul and Daegu in Korea
Wow.
to living in a rural part of Canada. So and I kind of found out that it's actually really peaceful for me to be in more of a nature kind of place.
Absolutely.
Not way too hilly. I don't really like mountains as much.
Yeah.
but still like in a reach of a sort of civilization. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of found out that I'm more leaning now towards the nature, especially after so many years living in a concrete jungles. So now I'm just enjoying the peacefulness. Yeah. I kind of like where the location that I
Yeah.
live in right now is. Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm in New Hampshire myself, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hmm. Yeah, like having a little bit of forest nearby. We have a river down um just under the house. There's a river nearby. There's some parks where we can walk, fields and stuff. Really nice.
Oh man. So, you find $20 in the street. What do you buy with it?
That's not that much money though in this economy.
Fair enough.
Um mm, um Probably some good snack. I would probably go to like cafes, some nice cafes, and if it's a nice day, sit outside in the garden area,
Hmm.
buy some buy some coffee and some dessert, like tiramisu or caramel cake or something like that, and just enjoy a quiet moment or something like that.
Oh man. Uh, which board game have you played that would be most likely to cause a brawl?
Ha! Okay. Well, I think we have so everybody knows Monopoly, right?
Yes.
But like we had a certain version of a Monopoly in my country when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically same principle, same principle of the game, but
Yep.
it's that you are buying horses, and for like how do you call it in
A
English?
race?
Yeah, sort of things. Yeah. And yeah, and you like same rules but just with horses.
Mm-hmm.
And I come from a family when we have like a giant family, and
Mm-hmm.
every time we meet with my cousins and everybody, we just play this game all the time. And oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, that one definitely. So basically, in a North American terms of words, I would say Monopoly type of game.
Yeah. I yeah, mixing Monopoly with gambling. I can see how that might cause problems.
Yeah.
If you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
With one talent?
Yes.
Ha, it's like superpowers. Um, talent.
Well, the question used to be like, if you could wake up
Hmm.
with one power tomorrow, what would it be? But
So, are we talking about power, like a superpower, or are we talking about literally just like a normal talent of a
take
human
take it
being?
take it whichever way you want.
I mean, I can answer both.
Oh, go for it.
um, so when it comes to talent, I think that I would love. Hmm, I would love to know how to draw properly.
Hmm.
I think that's like recently something that I would love to, like that kind of talent to have. When it comes to superpower,
Mm-hmm.
either teleportation or invisibility.
Hmm.
Because it kind of comes like hand in hand, these two.
Yep.
So either teleportation, like you just can like go wherever you want in like in a second, right?
Yep.
But being invisible, hmm, you can go literally anywhere you want without getting caught.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Teleportation always makes me nervous because what if you like teleport into the middle of a wall? What even happens?
You want to talk to me about teleportation to the sorceress that crash landed on Earth accidentally. I
That's a
didn't
good
even
point.
know that planet Earth exists. And I should have listened to the principal of our academy in my world, and actually not to play with ancient portals,
Yes.
because now I have no way to go back.
Speaking of which, if
Hmm.
you could go back in time to any time and place, where
Ooh.
would you go?
Huh. Anytime and okay. I love and always loved ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well,
Um, I don't want to like probably very very well, mainstream Cleopatra era.
yeah.
Yeah, but like any time in ancient Egypt would be very interesting to me, I think.
That's a really interesting answer.
Really, because I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people love Egypt and like the history and everything.
Hmm.
At least I don't know, like at least like I don't know about North America. Probably for you guys it's a little bit more niche, but especially in
No.
Europe, where I'm coming from, a lot of people loves that type of history and like uh Rome and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Roman Empire and everything.
Yep.
Everyone's focusing, like if there's this type of question, everyone's focusing around that era.
No, usually if I ask a question like this, the
Mhm.
answer is 5 seconds ago because I don't want to go back to where there's no air conditioning.
Oh my god.
Uh, but it is nice to actually get an answer to a question like
Okay,
that.
that's interesting.
Oh
That's
boy.
interesting. I wouldn't that is type of question answer that I didn't really expect.
Uh, okay. Do you collect anything?
Hmm. Nowadays I don't.
Hmm.
I don't collect anything. Uh I don't think so. Um if you don't count plushies of tigers and Pikachus, but yeah, not anything like, yeah, not nowadays. I don't have anything that I would collect. But when I was younger, I was collecting magic cards.
Okay.
Because my father introduced me to all of these things, and maybe yeah, that's one thing that I. It's kind of, yeah. Thanks to my father, I'm actually into all of this like fantasy stuff and gaming and everything, because he collected Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the fantasy one, not the 4K,
Yeah.
40K. But so yeah, so thanks to that, I think I think that I oh wait, I just realized. Yeah, have you ever one thing that is sort of still collecting, even though I don't have it personally with me,
Yep.
but it's a comic series.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard about Asterix and Obelix?
I have heard that's a French thing, isn't it?
Yes. So I have every single comics that
Wow.
ever been released.
Wow. That must be a lot because that was a big series, wasn't it?
And not really.
Hmm.
There's like I would say um that there is maximum of like 70 or 80 comics actually, because those are like long big books,
Yeah.
comics, so it's not like they have hundreds of them. Yeah, but like
Hmm.
every time there is a new one, my dad, especially now because I'm not in my home country, my dad is just like, "Oh, I got the new one. I have it for you when you visit." So, so yeah. Unfortunately, the last few pieces are actually from a new writers and artists,
Hmm.
because the original the creators are well, they passed away already.
Yeah.
So it's kind of yeah. The new ones are sort of meh sometimes, but I still collect them because we have everything, every single one from the day one, from the very first one, and that's just so that's probably the only thing that sort of stayed with me since my childhood.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man. My final question of the evening is, what smell reminds you of home?
Huh. What smell reminds me of home? Huh. Oh, actually had that a couple days ago. Um, um, a forest smell like of a wood when
Hmm.
it's like right after rain,
Oh yeah.
actually.
Oh yes.
Because I found out that like the forest here in Canada
Hmm.
is um a little bit similar to what we have in my home country.
Hmm.
And Um, but I don't really get to go to forest here because oh my god, don't get lost.
Hmm.
It's not as easy to go to the forest here as in my home country.
Hmm.
Um, so we went to a park which was like in part of a forest, sort of, and it was right after it was raining, and I just got like this whim of a smell of this wet wood kind. I think it was a spruce or something, and
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
I got like this instant nostalgia of home, actually. Yeah. I have a lot of other smells. This reminds me of all kinds of places, like in Korea, for example, or like other places, like in England or something when I visited. But of home, actually, that was the hard part about this question. Like home, I don't have much, but
Hmm.
this one was probably the only one and very recent one that I like immediately thought about home.
That's awesome. that that's that's a very good answer. It's something I would probably think of myself because
Mm,
I get a lot of that because I live near forests.
yeah, yeah, right. So like I grew up in a city, obviously, but
Hmm.
when I was how old I was like 12 or something. We moved to the village,
Hmm.
and a huge part of my teenage years I spent there because well, I couldn't drive and there was no like bus or any public transport, so like I literally relied on my parents to like get me out of there. So most of the time I just spent there. So a lot of, yeah, the nature kind of smell, kind of, because there's a huge fields and again water river and lake and forest nearby. So all that all the things, especially when I'm living right now, it's very familiar to me. So don't tell my parents because I was always like, I hate living in this place. It's like you're gonna love it when you grow up. Shoo, shoo, shoo.
Stop it! You can't be right.
Exactly, right, exactly. Like I'm getting to the point because my mom and my parents they have this giant garden, you know,
Hmm.
of like all kinds of flowers and everything. And I'm here, like we don't have any garden,
Hmm.
but I'm here already, and we have a huge property. And I'm like, if I get to that corner of the property, and I maybe I can, you know, like have some vegetable there or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, what's going on, Mom? Go away.
uh, well, thank you very much for coming out today. I do appreciate it. This has been a really great interview. Uh,
I thank you so much. It was really fun. It was his first interview like this, like ever. And yeah, had a lot of
nice.
fun.
Well, if you're watching from the audience, you can find Azeret in the links posted in the description, and I'll be posting links in the side chat. Uh, be sure to check her out. Does a lot of good gaming videos, especially involving supermarkets and astronomical prices on produce.
That's not from my head, okay? It's the game's rules, okay? Yeah. If anyone is interested in like fantasy world building
Yes.
and storytelling, especially I'm asking I mean inviting people through this because that's my main focus, that what I want to do. But yeah, if you want to see me doing a chaotic supermarket or fast food streams, you're welcome to. But one thing that I always say is you don't need to follow me if I'm not your cup of tea, okay?
Hmm.
That's it.
Oh man. So thank you again. I was your host, Jack Jinseki, and joining me today was Aze.
Thank you so much. It was really fun.
No problem. Bye bye, everybody.
Goodbye.